In Detroit, it's all about American and Lafayette, Coney Islands. But here in Hollywood, it's all about Pink's Hot Dogs at the corner of Melrose and La Brea. I'm Jason Rzucidlo reporting for AmericaJR.com in Los Angeles. Coming up, I'm going to tell you how this hot dog chain is expanding to Cedar Point. I'm being joined by Richard Pink, the owner of Pink's Hot Dogs. How are you today?
I am great. How are you, Jason?
Very good. Nice to be joining you. So please start off by talking about the history of this restaurant.
All right. Pink's Hot Dogs was established in 1939 by Paul and Betty Pink. It was established with just a little push cart. And my parents were out of work at the time, and they were looking for employment, and they ran across an ad for a push cart. And it cost $50. And my parents did not even have the $50. They had to borrow it from my grandmother. And the push cart was available about 2 miles away from here, and my mother went down to where it was located and wheeled it all the way up Melrose Avenue and put it right here on the site of La Brea and Melrose. And she rented that site for $15 a month at that time. And the hot dogs were 10 cents and Cokes were a nickel. And believe it or not, there wasn't even electricity on the site. And they had to buy about a 100-yard extension cord to plug into a neighboring hardware store. And that's how they fired up Pink's in 1939. And for the next 2 years, they just had the hot dog cart. And then in 41, they built a smaller version of the building that you see today. And then in 1946, the very hot dog stand you see is what it looked like back then, and we haven't changed a thing since then.
So this is the exact location where it all started.
This is exactly where it all started. This is where my parents had curbside service, and people would drive up and park, and they would bring them out a hot dog and a Coke, and that's how it was back then.
Now, why do you think it is so popular with the celebrities?
Well, first of all, we're surrounded by all the studios. I mean, Hollywood is world famous for celebrities and entertainment. It's the entertainment capital of the world. And we've got Paramount Studios, 20th Century Fox, Universal Studios. They're all in and around here, and all the production offices are here. And so when celebrities came out from whatever city they were from, in order to get discovered, they didn't have any money at the time, and they could afford a hot dog. And then they started putting their pictures up on our wall. Now, today, we have over 200 celebrities on our wall. But in those days, they put their pictures up there because they were hoping that some of the directors and producers would discover them. They came in for a hot dog, and then, they would get discovered.
I understand you have some hot dogs named after the celebrities. What are those?
Well, of course, we've got the Ozzy Osbourne dog, Rosie O'Donnell, we got Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart actually waited in line here for about 45 minutes and created her own hot dog. And we've got a number of celebrities that have come in, but also the movie Mulholland Drive was filmed here, so we got a Mulholland Drive dog. We've got a Harry Potter dog. We got a Lord of the Rings dog. I mean, we got a lot of exciting hot dogs. It turned out people tended to want to order a hot dog by name rather than just a chili cheese dog. They wanted to have a name attached to it.
What is your most popular selling hot dog here?
The chili cheese dog, it's probably 40%. There's people that come in from all over the country, and that's all they'll order. We got 25 kinds of hot dogs, but the chili cheese dog, that's what made us famous.
Now, I wanted to discuss the expansion over the last few years. How are you able to do it in a down economy?
Well, people are always looking for something new to market their property, whether it's an amusement park or even the airport for that matter. And so they came to us and they said, look, you're world famous, and we really need something that's very special, very unique. And that's how we came to Cedar Point. They had tried us out at Knott's Berry Farm, which is probably the most famous amusement park in all of Southern California, maybe all of California. And then the owners of Knott's Berry Farm said, you're selling so well, I know you're going to do well at Cedar Point back in Ohio. So we'd love you to come back here. We want to bring your brand. We want to bring the concept, the image, the whole celebrity connection back to Ohio. And we said, fine, because we really like the way you operate Pink's over at Knott's Berry Farm.
Now, is the Cedar Point location going to look similar to the one at Knott's Berry?
It is. It is going to be very similar. The design will be similar, the seating, the open air atmosphere. It's going to be great. I love the design.
And so why did you decide to go to Cedar Point?
Well, first of all, Cedar Point has been the #1 amusement park in the world for 12 years running. So what an honor it is to be part of the Cedar Point family. And also Cedar Point has a history of over 100 years, and Pink's has been around 70 years. So we felt that was a perfect marriage. We're an historical landmark here in Los Angeles, and they're an historical landmark in the middle of America, probably the greatest amusement park in America, if not the world, as it's won these awards. So we felt it was a great privilege to be part of Cedar Point. We know we're going to be successful. I know that people going to Cedar Point are going to love Pink's hot dogs, because people all over the world come to Pink's, and I know they're going to come to Cedar Point and say, boy, those are great hot dogs.
Okay. And you have been expanding lately. Do you think there's a possibility of one in Detroit?
I would love to go to Detroit. I think Detroit is a great city, but right now our focus is on Cedar Point.
Now, most people think of hot dogs, they think of cities like New York or Chicago. How do you think Pink's has changed that?
Well, I'll tell you, I understand that we sell more hot dogs in California than New York and Chicago, believe it or not. Maybe because of our weather, okay? And a lot of people, bring hot dogs to picnics throughout the year and so forth. But in terms of Pink's, I mean, we're on the cable channel, we're on the Food Network, we're on the Travel Channel and all that. That has put out the word. So whenever you come to Los Angeles, you want a great hot dog, and I think every bit as good and probably even better. I'll challenge New York, I'll challenge Chicago, that our hot dogs are even better, and that's what those people that come in from those cities tell us.
And finally, give us the hours and the location.
Location of Pink's. Pink's is at the corner of La Brea and Melrose in Hollywood. We are open from 9:30 in the morning until 2 a.m. every day, except on the weekends, 3 a.m., and in the summers to 4 a.m. It's the place you come after you've spent the evening at a club, and Pink's is a party.
And finally, give us the website for more information.
pinkshollywood.com.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining me today. Yep.
Thank you. We got a double burger.